Looks like we don't have a lot of people today, so I guess class will be kind of short. Let's start with the introduction. So first, say your name and then just the movie. Or I remember last week I said it was all right if you also read an article. So let's start with I don't know. Let's start with Chanuli.
My name is Chanuli. I like to share my experience in our school. Uh, Actually, we celebrate Halloween in our school.
Oh, that's
It
nice.
was, it was organized by the French club in our school. That's the first time I celebrate the Halloween. It was amazing to me and my friends. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thanks for sharing that experience. It's really cool that you got to experience that for the first time. How about Netula? Netula or Tisun, would you like to share?
Sorry, teacher, I didn't watch TV show or article last week because I had exams in my classes.
Oh, that's okay. How did they go? How did your exams go? Or like, how do you feel you did on them? I guess you can just tell me in English. Okay, that's fine. We can move on to the topic for today. So we're going to talk about sentence structures, but we're going to go a little more in depth. So for basic English sentence structure, we have the following rules, right? So a new sentence will always begin with the, oh no, sorry. There you go. So a new sentence will always, sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yes, teacher.
All right, thank you. So the following statements are true about sentences in English, right? So a new sentence will always begin with the capital letter, and then a sentence will always end with the punctuation mark. And so in like the sentence he obtained his degree, we have the he capitalized and the punctuation at the end. And a sentence only contains a or the sentence contains a subject that's only given once. So you wouldn't um in a simple sentence you wouldn't really reference the subject twice. So for example, Smith he obtained his degree. Um you wouldn't reference the subject like twice. So a sentence also contains a verb or a verb phrase. So for example, he obtained. Oh, actually, can we all turn our cameras on? I'm sorry. Thank you, Nicola. I didn't even realize until you did that. All right. Um, so a sentence always contains a verb or a verb phrase. So for example, he obtained his degree. And then a sentence always follows a subject, verb, object, word order. So for example, again, using the he obtained his degree sentence, we have he as a subject, obtained as the verb, and his degree as the object. Yes. And then a sentence also must have a complete idea that stands alone. So this is called like an independent clause. Remember we learned about in one of our previous classes about independent and dependent clauses? Right. So, in a simple sentence, we have the subject, verb, and object, and then sometimes we can also have a prepositional phrase. And does everyone understand subject, verb, object, and prepositional phrases? If not, we can quickly go over like these concepts. Does everyone understand what a prepositional phrase is? Yes or no? Just let me know if you like want a little bit of review on it. That's fine too. And we can like go over it next week as well. Because I don't want to jump into things without us not knowing. Okay, I'm not getting any response. I'm just gonna assume that we do understand. But I'll give you like a quick definition just in case. But a prepositional phrase is basically just words that mod or like change the like object of the sentence. And we'll see examples of it later on. I do not think these yeah, these don't have any prepositional phrases. All right. So as you can see in these examples, she is our subject, and then wrote is our verb, right? And then she completed, so we have she as the subject, and then completed as the verb, and then her literature review will be the object. So what would he be in this case? So remember, we'll bold yellow if the for the subject, and then green for the verb, and blue for the object. So what would he be highlighted as?
Yellow color.
Yep. What about organized?
Green color. Verb.
Mm-hmm. And what about blue?
Object.
Yes. And then following that, a similar pattern, what would they what would they be in the sentence? Would it be the subject, the verb, or our
Object. In yellow color.
yes. This is our object.
This verb.
Mm-hmm. And then what would the APA rules be? Or said
The object.
all right, next is compound sentences. We went over this a little bit in one of our previous classes too, but it contains basically two independent clauses, and they can be combined with a comma, a coordinating conjunction. Which do you guys remember what the coordinating conjunctions were? It was the like and, but, those types of words basically that help combine two clauses together. So we have an independent clause is going to be yellow, and then we'll have our separator, which is our semicolon, and then our coordinating conjunction is green.
He organized his source by team is yellow color.
Yep, because that's our independent clause.
And
And then
semicolon is semicolon in
Mhm.
green color.
that's sorry, say that one more time.
Pink color.
Yep, that'll be
Semicolon.
pink.
Then is in green color.
Our then actually would not be in green color.
It's also
Um,
yellow color.
Yes, so this whole part would be yellow, yeah. But okay. The reason that this wouldn't necessarily be highlighted green is because green is mostly or green is supposed to be a coordinating conjunction, and then is more of like a um I guess what's the term for it?
Comma in the sentence, teacher.
Yeah, it's similar to like a prepositional phrase, but it's like similar to like therefore, comma, like in a sentence. Uh I think just an adverb. I don't know. Yes, I think, yeah. Or, yeah. In this case, this would be like more of an adverb. Okay, and then what about this one? They studied APA rules for many hours.
Yellow color.
Yep, that would be yellow because it's its own.
Am I seeing pink color?
Yep, because that's our comma or semicolon. Now, what about this last part?
It is in green color.
The but is green and underlined. And then what about this last part?
It is also in yellow color.
Yes, because that is our second independent clause. Okay, next is complex sentences. So the complex sentence contains, I think this is the one that we did not cover last time. I know we covered simple, compound, and then compound complex, but we didn't cover complex. So a complex sentence contains at least one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. So dependent clauses can refer to the subject, the sequence and time, or the causal elements of the independent clause. So a sentence begins with a dependent clause, like the comma can come after the clause, and then on the other hand, if the sentence begins with the independent clause, there's no comma separating the two clauses. So we have an independent clause, which will be, oh geez, hold on. Let me fix this really. There you go. Which will be in yellow, a comma which will be in our pink, and then dependent will be in the blue. And let me also, there you go. That'll be, all right. So in this sentence, we have this phrase that comes right before the comma. So because he organized his sources by theme, do you guys think that's an independent or dependent clause?
Dependent clause.
Yep, that is a dependent clause. Because remember, the difference between independent and dependent clauses is that independent clauses can stand alone, but dependent clauses cannot. And then what about this? It's
It
pretty
is
easy, I
in
guess.
pink color.
Yeah. All right, and then what about this? It was easier for his readers to follow. Do you think that is an independent or dependent sentence?
Independent clause.
So that would be highlighted in our yellow color. What about this next one? Remember, it
Independent
doesn't. Yeah, so the full sentence is not an independent clause. This is a complex sentence because it combines two so it combines an independent and dependent clause. But in this case, remember with what we read above, it says if a sentence on the other hand, if the sentence begins with the independent clause, there is no comma separating the two clauses. So you see in this sentence how we do not have a comma, but there is a word in this sentence that can that hints us towards another towards like our second clause being formed.
and as.
Yeah, so as is that word, right? So the first part of the sentence that precedes the as, what would this be, an independent or a dependent sentence? Or sorry, an independent or dependent clause. So they studied APA rules for many hours.
It is independent clause.
Sorry, say that one more time.
It is independent clause.
Yeah, so that would be an independent clause. Good job. That'd be independent clause, and then what would be this last part?
Dependent clause.
Yes, this would be the dependent clause. What about our, okay, hold on. This one is not a part, there you go. Using complex sentences allows for more sentence variety. All right, now compound complex. So this one, I'm sorry, let me, okay. So sentence types can also be combined, and a compound complex sentence contains at least 2 independent clauses and 1 dependent clause. So this one's a little harder, but we're gonna use this time to practice our skills that we learned. So for a compound complex sentence, what would be our, okay, let's do it. There you go. So do you guys think that would be an independent or a dependent clause?
Dependent clause.
Yes, that would be a dependent clause. There you go. What about that comma?
Pink color.
Yep. Sorry, and then what would this be? He decided to arrange them chronologically.
Independent clause.
Yes, that would be an independent clause. Maybe. I'm here. I don't waste more time on the commas. Commas is just pink. Yes. And then what about and? Oh, right. We also have to. What about the and?
Conjunction.
Yeah, so that would just be a coordinating conjunction, right? And coordinating conjunctions help combine 2 clauses together. What about he carefully followed the meal plan for organization?
Independent clause.
Yep.
Independent clause.
That would also be an independent clause. Okay. What about our last example? Sorry, bullet points make it really confusing. There you go. So with pizza and soda at hand, what do you guys think that would be?
Dependent clause.
Yeah, that would be a a dependent clause, right? So we'll do it in our little cyan. And all our commas pink? Yes. What about less part? So they studied APA rules for many hours.
Yellow color.
Yeah, so that would be our independent. Yeah, that would be our independent clause. Commas with pink. And what about our and in this case?
Coordinating conjunction in
Mhm.
green.
And then they decided that writing an APA made sense because it was clear, concise, and objective. Do you think that this the sentence that's highlighted a light blue right now? I'll just there you go, make it its own thing. But do you think this is a combination of 2 clauses or 1 clause?
One clause.
This is actually 2 clauses. So we have one that's they decided that writing an APA made sense. And you guys think that we have 1 clause that's they decided that writing an APA made sense, and a second clause that is because it was clear, concise, and objective. Right, so that's 2 different clauses in that sentence. So for they decided that writing an APA made sense, do you guys think that is a independent or dependent clause?
Independent clause.
Yeah, so this is an independent clause. But what about our because it was clear, concise, and objective? Do you guys think that's dependent or independent?
Clause. Dependent clause.
That's a dependent clause. So that'll be in our cyan. There we go. And our like our most I guess because it's like a good way to a good indicator that it's gonna start a dependent clause.
Okay.
All right.
Next question, teacher.
Yeah.
Is the because is coordinating conjunction?
Um, I think it behaves very similarly to one. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, yes, it is. Okay, so it behaves exactly what as one. It's you can just highlight it as the green in this case. There you go. But because is a coordinating conjunction. Nice. All right. So we'll do our monologue practice, and that was really short. Sorry. I thought that would take longer. It's fine. Okay. Let's do our monologue practice. So we have two questions, which is, do you think humans are really good for this planet? And then if you had to choose a character from a movie, book, or TV show, who is most similar to you and why? So I'll give you like some time to think about this. All right, do you guys have any ideas for this, or would you like to give you some hints, I guess? Like we can make like a oopsie. We can make like a pro and con list for this one if you want. Pros of humans and then cons of humans, I guess. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
um,
Oh, Astri, hello. I didn't realize you were in class.
I can't really choose. I would like to talk about the first topic because it's just an easier topic for
Okay.
to speak about.
Go ahead.
Do you think humans are really good for this planet? I don't really think that humans are really good for this planet. Neither they are inherently bad.
Mhm.
Like humans never made anything better, neither they have made it way bad. Only thing if we did was make it worse, but if we weren't here, nothing would actually change. The world would go on as it is. Or someone who, like, if we what evolved from apes, then something would probably evolve and take our place.
Okay.
That might be something. So like if we weren't here, nothing would probably change. And with we being here is for what we can see until we have done until here. For like this couple million years we have been living on this earth, we have only made it worse. So I don't think humans are really good for this planet as a whole, because we just try to find the easiest route out of everything. That's what has caused almost all of these problems.
Yeah. So
All of the problems that we are facing.
yeah, one thing with humans is that we're a very needs-based species, you know, and I feel like um unlike other animals or other, I guess, organisms on this planet, we don't or we can't physically give as much back as we take. Like, um, I guess like we need like sustenance and water and everything from this planet, but like we don't this the stuff that comes out of us isn't can't help the planet. Um like our urine is like toxic and same with our waste. So it's not like it would help
Then
the
again,
planet in any way,
almost
right?
every animal is actually they have excretory material and digestive byproducts. Like,
Yeah.
none is inherently bad, but all we have done is we have made the stuff that we live on our earth into a toxic components for our earth, by our earth itself. Like, we made silicon to get up from the ground, and we now make e-waste.
Yeah.
We took out fossil fuels from the ground, and
Made
now we burn
plastic.
them, and now they make plastic, and both warm up the environment, everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
We haven't really made anything better. We just used our brain and then wasted it as much as
We'll
we
just
can,
say
I
net
think.
negative, I guess.
Negative. I mean,
Yes. I don't know. I feel like
net negative.
overall it is a negative impact, but I wouldn't say that when you look at it on like an individual scale, I wouldn't say that
I mean,
most.
that's the part I talked about. Yeah, we humans are trying to find the easiest way to do something by anyway, because they just find it the easiest way. Because if you go take the wrong way, if we didn't actually pick fossil fuels at the first place, and we were going to use something like whatever, the power generating from water
Mhm.
is very common, it's easy. Nikola Tesla made everything for us, we didn't use it. That's like bro made everything for us,
Yeah.
and we didn't use it. That's like our problem.
Yeah.
We just, it was also cheaper, just for whatever reason we just resorted to burning coal rather than actually using water.
Yeah.
Then,
That's
like,
true.
we took the easiest path, and we are here. The
Yes.
that nature of humans of taking the easiest path, that's kind of what's the one of the worst ways of humans. But if
Yeah.
we were going to do something for the planet back, like if sometimes if we weren't here, some animals might go extinct, something like that, or something might not work out. Those stuff might happen. Some things some humans have done, like coral reefs are somewhat protected because we are here.
Yeah. Because I mean, and on top of that, there's like a very small group of humans too that are responsible for like most of like a very small percentage of humans are responsible for like the majority of like the pollution, you know? Like,
I mean,
I don't
we're
know.
all part of it. I mean,
Yeah,
we have, and
in a in not
in my
okay,
home,
we are all a part of
I
it, but there's like we don't all contribute like an equal amount. Like, you know, there's like an article in America got popular recently, but it was basically looking at like the carbon emissions um of like private jet plane rides from like American celebrities, and like just like one I think it was hold on. I'll Google the article, but you can keep talking, sorry.
no, but from my perspective, in my part, I think almost all of us in my house it's not my house, it's my father's house, but I will refer to it as my house, where we have done everything as much as we can. We have installed solar panels, we are using we are growing stuff from home. We almost all the time, if we are going to take a grocery trip to somewhere, we usually use the motorbike, because it's actually not because it's like less emissions, it's cheaper to run. And
Mhm.
I don't know why people are just resorting to burning fuel rather than using like cheapest alternatives. Like you can daily an electric car, like it
Yeah.
doesn't has to be a Tesla. You can buy a Nissan Leaf. Nissan Leafs are like
No, yeah, we
the
have
greatest.
a little Bolt at home, a Chevy Bolt.
Chevy Volt, I know that car.
Yeah,
It's like kind
it's
of,
all right.
it's like I have heard it catching on fire a lot, so
Yeah.
kind of paranoid about that car. But our house had a Leaf. It was like really comfortable because the car was heavy and it had a high driving position, and the
Mhm.
suspension was soft. It was kind of like floating, and it was really different for not feeling a diesel engine just rocking in front of you. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing, absolutely nothing. You stop the car, no vibrations, nothing at
Yeah.
all. Like
It's
why
very
would you
smart.
not choose that over something else? Like it's so much easier if you're talking from some normal person's perspective.
Mhm.
Electric car doesn't have to be something like that.
Yeah, but
Humans
like,
aren't inherently that better for the planet. Like all we have done from the see the place we started have only made the planet worse. Everything we made after like the initial thing, the industrial
well, I mean, I
revolution.
feel like
That's when
after the Industrial
everything
Revolution,
went
yeah, okay.
and
So
everything
here, I'll
went
add
down.
that because okay, after Industrial Revolution is a net negative. Because if you think about like before then we were just I don't know, just living as regular animals with, small farm-based
But we had
society.
like tools and stuff.
Yeah, tools and farms, but then I feel like it was after the Industrial Revolution that we
No,
turned into
it
like,
no, not feel like it is after the industrial
yes, it
revolution.
was. Okay. Negative. Yes, but before then I feel like our humans were, we were pretty chill because we were
Yeah,
just
then again,
like
like
in villages and farming, and we aren't like the only creatures that farm. I know ants also have little farms inside their colonies.
do they? I never
Yes, they do.
knew
Fun
that.
fact. Here, let me show you actually. Um, farms. Okay, no, this is showing me actual
That's
ant farms. Ant farms inside. I say ant farms inside
and colonies just fill
farms inside ant colonies. There you go. Nope. Uh,
No, that's also ant farms.
I know, but I'm telling you, they do have like a
They
farm and
probably have.
farm.
I am not like not
I
well,
think it's like
we
fungi.
also like, and in the Sri Lankan history as we speak it, we really did have somewhat
Yes,
of like rich fungus.
yes. How ants became the world's best fungus farmers.
But I thought ants just lived off of those, like they they protect some creature. What's the name of that creature? And then they produce the food for
There
them.
that too. That's the one that I was referring to, but there's like ones that grow fungi as well. Um, but I know what you're talking about. They have like a little what's that relationship called? I don't know, but they both gain from it.
Yeah,
I know what
they
you're talking
the I just can't remember the name for them, but they coexist with each other. With
Yes.
and I didn't knew they just grew fungi.
All right. What about number two? Do we have any answers to that one? But okay, we had a good conversation though for the first one. Thank you, Asuri. Again, good job.
You're welcome, teacher.
Always fun to hear what you have to say. What about for number 2? Do you guys have any ideas for that one? Or from any like recent book or TV show that you've watched?
Teacher, I talk first one.
Oh yeah, go ahead first.
I think humans are really good for planet, and sometimes they are not good for this planet
Yeah.
because sometimes humans plant
So
planting.
method
Sometimes
pros and cons.
people are planting in
Like trees, right? I know that a lot of like there's lots of efforts to replant like major forests. So we'll do,
yes, yes. They
I
make
guess.
forest and
Yeah.
sometimes they break down. So and also sometimes they break down them also, and they sometimes then the humans protect the animals also,
Oh yeah,
plants,
that's true.
and sometimes they destroy them and
Mhm.
they make factories. Because of that there is air pollution
Nope.
also.
Let's do the cons. Sorry, please. There you go.
Because of factories and being own vehicles and they emit poisonous gases to the environment. Because of that, the environment is very polluted in present day due to the human activities.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes. I think that with pollution, especially with like plastic and water pollution, I think that it's fair to say that the general population does play a part in it. But for things like well, I guess yeah. Okay. So I mean, I think one sure pro of humans is that like at least we have the ability to like be able to rationally like assess our situation, you know? Like even if the majority of us don't have the power to do anything about it, um I guess the fact that we know what we're doing is wrong is a good start. So I think, I mean, because yeah, I guess. There you go. All right, thank you so much for sharing, Nethala and Asiri. For number 2, do we have like we can skip that one. I'm cool with skipping it. It's I know we don't watch a lot of TV shows in my class.
Can I tell this?
Yes, of course, Chanali.
Uh, Actually, I really like Priyanka Chopra. I don't think she is similar to me. And actually, she always, I like, I like to her character.
Mhm.
She always talking about the woman's problems,
Mhm.
and she always motivated the women. I really like that, and
Mhm.
I always watch watch her videos on YouTube.
Mhm.
And she's also beautiful, and
Yeah.
I really like her.
All right, awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right. Nice. Let's just go over our homework. We're gonna end class just a little early today. But homework is the same thing. We'll read one article or book because I know that we have trouble keeping up with the watching the media part of it. So we'll just read one article or book, and we'll talk about it next week. And then um, I know that it's like a little harder to do this, but let's try to watch some English TV or YouTube. Um, and if you guys find any like new YouTube channels that you'd like to share with us and you think are interesting, you can go ahead and give that, and I'll add that to our list over here. Okay. So
Okay.
just keep watching, or sorry, keep reading, and then next week I'll have like a optional question. If you guys did watch any media, can you tell me or tell the class what it was about? And then if you recommend it, we'll add that onto our little list here, and I'll organize this better for next week. So it's not like just a little thrown together thing. Okay,
I don't
and
think anybody would watch any movies nowadays because the
yeah.
exams are near.
Oh, I did not know that.
The
Sorry.
whole Sri Lanka's having exams.
Jeez.
Honestly, the
Well,
term
good luck
is
with
1
that.
month. 1
Uh-huh.
month. The term is 1 month that's supposed to be covered in 3 months.
Mhm.
Everything is compressed into 1 month. You don't have time to study, but parents are expecting exact same results. I don't know how. And we don't, so therefore nobody will probably watch any movies.
Okay. Then you know what? How about, or you guys can ask if you guys need any help for your English exams, honestly, or even math, just to put it in the little group chat that we have in WhatsApp, and I can help you guys out with like studying for it. And then I don't know. Yeah, but good luck on your exams. So if you guys have any like questions or something, I can answer them for you.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. So I can help you guys study for that. But other than that, I don't know. You guys got this. So you guys are super smart. So good luck on your exams. All right, that's all for class today. Bye-bye. Good luck on exams. You guys got this.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye-bye.